Hello, I am so excited that you are here today. If you don't know me, my name's Michelle, and I am a Greenville, South Carolina based family, maternity, and newborn photographer, and I love to help other photographers grow their businesses and become more profitable. So today we're going to be diving into the topic of what you should be doing as a photographer during your off season to really maximize your efficiency and effectiveness and maximize your profits and growth for this next year. So let's just dive right into it. The first thing you should be doing during your off season is going through all of the photos and sessions that you had during your busy season and making sure you're updating your social media and your work, and make sure you're sharing all of that work that you did during your busy season. So this is something I try really hard not to get behind on, and that's just because a majority of my new clients are finding me through Instagram and through Google searches. And when I say Google searches, like they're finding me through my blog. I really try to optimize the SEO on my blog, and it's been really effective. People have been finding me through Google that way. So, like I said, I try so hard not to get behind, and that's just because like that's where a majority of my business is coming from. That's directly bringing money into my business, and so it's really important for me to stay updated on my social media and my blog so that I can continue to bring in new customers for my business. So, I will admit I did get behind this past busy season. It was just insane. And I'm sure you guys know sometimes we kind of put everything on the back burner that's not shooting, editing, and client communications. So I'm currently going through all of my past sessions that I did not have a chance to blog and to share on social media. And I'm making sure I'm putting those on the blog, making sure I'm updating my social media. And that is a great thing to do if you also got behind this year. Now, if you are someone who doesn't find a ton of new clients on social media, or you really need a social media strategy to make sure that you are making money from Instagram, I have a free download for you in the description box below, all about how I find new photography clients on Instagram. So if that would be something that would be helpful for you, go ahead and download that below. Now, point number two, or thing number two that you should be doing during your off season, is going through all of the systems and processes that you use in your business and making sure those are as effective and efficient as possible. So, I mean, sometimes for me during my busy season, I'll notice like, oh, this system that I'm using is not being utilized as effectively as it could be, but I don't have time to update that right now. So I'll kind of wait until the off season and then make sure I'm updating things like contracts, invoice systems. So the two things that I really look at are my CRM, which, if you don't know what that is, it's just a client relationship management system. I personally use Dubsado, but there's tons of other systems out there. So really your CRM should be doing everything for you automatically, sending out contracts and invoices, sending out invoice reminders. If you do like a deposit system and then the full balance is due at another time, like those emails should all be happening automatically. It should be sending out things like your style guide automatically for you. So if those things are not happening, and you're still doing all of that manually, now is a great time to go into your CRM, making sure everything is automatic and everything's happening as efficiently as possible. And then the other thing I make sure to update during my off season is my gallery delivery service. So I personally use PixieSet. Again, there's tons of gallery delivery services out there, but I just want to make sure, like, am I utilizing my gallery delivery service as effectively and efficiently as possible? I have like a email template that I send out to all of my clients when I send their gallery delivery, when I deliver their galleries. So you can actually steal my exact wording for my email if that's something that you need help with. That'll also be a free download in the description below. You can literally steal my exact wording for your gallery delivery template emails as well. So you just want to make sure you're using that system as best as possible. And you also want to make sure that it's working for you and you're making passive income through it as well. So it's a great time to look at things like your print store on your gallery delivery service. Like, is that optimized so that clients are incentivized to purchase from you versus purchasing somewhere else? And again, like I have a whole nother video on like how to make passive income through PixieSet or your gallery delivery service. So you can go ahead and watch that, and you can use that free email template that I have as well to really incentivize clients to purchase from you. Okay, and then my next point on things you should do during your off season as a photographer is analyzing your revenue and expenses. So look at things like, did you have any super high expenses that did not bring in income for your business or not enough income to justify the expense? So sometimes we have like huge expenses as a photographer, but it makes sense and it's bringing our business new income. So things like, your gear, or education, that's really important. But maybe you have things like you paid for styled shoots and you got great photos that impressed other photographers, but it really didn't bring you in any new clients or model calls or client wardrobe things. I mean, and those things all could bring you lots of income, but it's just good to analyze it for your business. Like, did these actually help grow my business, or was it just an expense that was not needed? You could look at things like your marketing budget and say, like, okay, I spent this amount of money on ads last year. Like, was that beneficial to my business? Did that bring in new income? If so, let's keep doing it. If not, let's not do that for this next year. Um, and then also, you should look at your revenue. Like, did you actually make enough money, especially for how many hours you worked? And then that brings me to my next point is this is a great time to evaluate your prices. So if you have never done a cost of doing business, I will have a link to a calculator in the description below so that you can calculate your cost of doing business. Even if you have done your cost of doing business previously, it's a great time to do an updated cost of doing business. Our costs are constantly changing. And I really think you should do a cost of doing business, an updated one, multiple times per year, just to make sure, like, is my business profitable? Are my prices profitable? Because one of the worst things that can happen to you as a photographer, in my opinion, is you get to the end of the year and you realize, like, wow, I made hardly any money for how many hours I worked after expenses. And sometimes people really don't realize that until the end of the year, which is really sad because you work really hard. You want to make sure that you're making enough money to pay your bills, to pay yourself, and to make a profitable, sustainable business to carry you through long term. And so you can stay in business long term. So, look at your prices, do your cost of doing business, and decide if you need to update your prices. And you can even look at things like, how much did I work this year? Was it sustainable for me? Did I work too much? Maybe you made a good amount of income and you're happy with that, but you worked too many hours. So you need to raise your prices so that you can work less hours and spend more time with your family. Um, I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb here and say most of us are probably going to need to raise our prices this year after we do our cost of doing business because inflation has been insane. And when our costs go up because of inflation, we're going to need to raise our prices as well. So just remember, you're in business to make money, and it's really important to have profitable pricing. Okay, so, next point is focus on education and improving your skills. This is a great time to look and see if any photographers you love or industry professionals you love, business educators that you love, have courses that they're offering that you can use to improve your skills, like your photography skills, your posing skills, but also your business skills, your marketing skills, because those are all super important to make sure, like I said, you're bringing in income for your business. That's why we're in business. It's great to have a job that you love, but you also need to bring in revenue and pay your bills just like everyone else. So now's a great time to focus on education and improving your skills so that you're ready to go for this next year. And then last tip I have for you of things to do during your off season is plan out your year. So, are you someone who offers mini sessions or themed sessions? Now is a great time to plan those, even if they're not happening until like fall or holiday season. You can select dates for those, plan out all of your like props and materials that you might need for those. Book your studio now. I know like there's a really popular studio in my area that books out so far in advance for Christmas. So, I mean, now is a great time to book before anyone else does. And also, you can go ahead and get like your appointment scheduler set up automatically so that that is all complete and good to go and ready before the busy season starts so you don't have to worry about it later. Okay, That's all the tips I have for you on things to do during your off season this year. Just as a reminder, go ahead and download that free guide to finding photography clients on Instagram if you haven't already. I also have that free email template for your gallery deliveries that you can just steal my wording. And then I have a ton of other helpful links for you guys in the description box below. So I hope this helped you. I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. And yeah, bye guys.